problem with now, and it's not even a younger generation, it's even people my age, is that because of reality TV or whatever, they think they rock with you so much. Like back in my day, Big Daddy Kane was the illest MC, one of the nastiest, top 3 back in the 80s. It was Kane and Rakim and G-Rap. I even give it to Kane and Rakim. Kane, Rakim, G-Rap, and KRS. But I would have to go Kane and Rakim. And when Kane's third album came out, it was whack. You know what I'm saying? We always like, yo, what happened? Whereas now, when you're a fan of somebody, you gotta rock with them and defend them through thick and thin. And I just wasn't raised like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Now, if that happened, people would be copping pleas for Kane. Like, well, you don't know, and maybe he wanted to grow as an art. See, we ain't do that shit in '89. Like, it was like, yo, this shit whack is whack. You know what I mean? And I love Big Daddy Kane. Yo, they used to call me Big Daddy Kill in school because I had this high top. So Big Daddy Kane this dude was my idol. But I'm not defending him. Yeah. Whereas nowadays, it's like, if I say something bad about somebody, oh, well, you don't know this. I'm like, bro, were you in the studio? Like, bro, does he pay your student loans? Like, why are you defending this person so much? And I rock with these artists, but if you put out something whack, I'm going to tell you it's whack. Then that's the problem with, like, nowadays, then it'll be like, well, Kill, why you hating? And I block people for calling me a hater, because I'm like, yo, that's some trash that Puff made up. When Puff started popping off with 95 with the Get Money and the samples and all the hip hoppers was like, nah, that's whack. Puff hit you with the Mad Rapper skit, where it's like, oh, y'all just mad because y'all broke and we rich. And don't nobody black want to be accused of being broke. Yeah. So then it was like, all right, yo, I don't want to be no hater. I don't want to be no hater.
Like, I'm pretty sure you heard the album, like, bro, I'm not feeling this. And then, like, maybe came back to it a week.
I don't know, man. Really? Albums are like women to me, man. Like, it's seldom that you see a fine chick and then you come back next week and you be like, nah, she ain't fine no more. Like, she's probably still gonna be fine. Like, you know what I mean? So that's the hard part. Like, with the Solange joint, and I get it, you know, we were talking about the other day about just how, you know, artists and their fan base. So people were like, oh, well, Solange was going for her avant-garde jazz. And I'm like, that's fine with me. It don't mean I gotta like it, you know? And sometimes as artists, they try to sway you like, oh, you won't let me grow, or you want the same album I made last year. No, I just want dope music.
Like, yeah.
And that's the thing, like, I always tell people, if I decided, yo, I'm not sampling no more, I'm playing all my instruments. Yo, I can't play anything. Okay? Yeah. And if I play you a beat, you may be like, oh no, man, you know, and then I'm gonna be like, nah, you ain't letting me grow, son. Yeah. No, this shit is just trash because I don't know how to play instruments. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. But like, even with the Solange thing, I always say people listen and they give criticism based off of name, not the music. Because I said, yo, if this was my new female artist named Sloth from Antarctica with this same exact album, y'all would be like, it's alright, it's alright. But because it's Solange, oh my God, this is her AT Aliens, and this is like, bro, just stop. Like, yo, you cannot tell me that, even if you dig it, that's cool. I'm not saying you can't dig it. We all have our own ears. Music speaks to us differently, but I just find it hard to believe that people would be given the same love that they're giving Solange for another artist. And to me, it shouldn't matter. To me, it shouldn't matter about, it's something that a lot of women do. Not all women, but a lot of women will be like, yo, dude is attractive because he's on the movie screen. But if that same dude worked at the mall at Foot Locker, you know, the chick may be like, oh, he cute, and keep it moving, but she ain't gonna be, passing out over this dude. Whereas with men, a shorty is cute whether you work at Taco Bell or whether you on this TV screen. It don't matter to us. And that's where it bothers me, where a lot of fans are coming, where it's like, it depends on who you are, on how we judge music. To me, it's just like, if it's dope, it's dope. If Solange's album is a new artist, yo, that joint is dope. Whether she's Solange. But because Solange is, you know, pro-black, and, you know, and then the other part of that is these young cats don't even be like, yo, I'm a fan, and don't even really know they music. Somebody told me the Solange, like, sophomore album. I'm like, yo, show it's her fourth album, maybe a fifth, if I can't remember. But this ain't her second album, but you just became a fan off of the last album, off the Cranes in the Sky. Now you like, oh, her sophomore album's out. I'm like, yo, how you swallowing and you don't even know that, you don't even know the history, you know? So that's the problem of how I'm like, look, we should look at music with a blank slate. I'm not trying to compare this to your last album. I'm not trying to compare this to who you are. I'm just listening for dope music. And like Outkast, to me, perfect example. Every album was different. they lost fans along the way, but they kept making dope music. So the fans they lost, they would gain fans, and they always made music their way. You know, people always talk about, oh, would Jay say ain't nobody moving units but Jay, Pimp, Juice, and M. I forgot who said that. It could have been Jay, cause whatever. But the point is that I'm like, y'all always leave out Outkast, who was moving units, 10 million. You know what I mean? And doing it their way. When Jay was moving units, is because he got Swiss or Pharrell. He got the hottest producer out at the time. Cass did it themselves. Cass did it their way, and I think that's like the blueprint of how music should be made. Now, does everybody have the same talent that Cass does? No. So everybody's not going to be able to just be like, oh, let me follow this recipe and I'll get the same results. Because talent has a lot to do with it. But that's what I loved about Cass. Like, they sold records, made great music, did all of that their way, and we got to see them grow up. You know, Cass to me is like the Cosby Show. You saw Rudy when she was a kid. You see Rudy, like you got to watch them grow up. A lot of our groups, I love Mobb Deep to death. I never watched them grow up. They were still killing it. You know what I mean? Like certain people that Redman, I never got to watch. He's still smoking weed. Like, you know, I don't feel like I grew with them, which is why so many people my age stop listening to hip hop because they feel like they life anymore.
Sure, I mean, but you could also make the case like, you know, hip hop is a young man's game.
But see, the problem with that is and I want to say either Bun B, I think Bun B said that. And the problem that I have with that is that we've got to find a way to bridge the gap. Of course. And that's why I'm saying where you come and play is dope, because it's bridging that gap from it being, okay, this is a young man's game. So then what do us old dudes do?
Yeah.
Do we retire? Yeah. Do we just stop? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
So it's one of those things where, like, it's a young man's game, and it's like cats like you are doing the damn thing. You know what I mean? But for every one of you, there's probably 200 other dudes who's your age talking about I'm nice, but they mumble rapping, they don't got no skill. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
you know the DMV post?
Nah.
The DMV page? I'm not trying to throw shade or anything, but like, you know, you'll scroll through and it's like I've been following them, and then you see every video, it's like the same beat, same everything else. Like, yeah.
But see, that's the thing, like, you know, and this is for a whole nother time, but what intrigues me about you is, why are you this way? Like, why can you spit? Like, you know, like when people get on me like, yo, Kill, why you care so much about ghostwriting and who cares about that? And I'm like, bro, you gotta understand, I used to rhyme when I was a kid. You know what I mean? So I spend too many days in my room trying to write rhymes and trying to get nice and go into ciphers and you ain't ready, you know, to now come to a place where it's just like, oh, okay, who cares if he writes his rhymes? Well, I care, and I call people who don't do anything, they love hip hop, but they don't make beats, they don't rhyme, I call them civilians. So I'm like, okay, cool. And it's no diss. I'm just saying, like, you're a civilian. You don't do this. Trust me. If you did, you probably would have a problem with somebody. All the time I spend making beats, yeah, I got a problem with ghost producers. Yeah, you know what I mean? If you spend time doing, find yourself an author who wrote a book and then who finds out somebody else ain't write a book, and just them be like, oh, okay, cool. No problem. No, they gonna be pissed the hell off. Like, yo, this dude been fronting all this time, like this ain't really his stuff. So that's the thing, for a civilian, they probably don't care. You know what I mean? If you do it or not. You know, or somebody who doesn't really love hip hop probably doesn't care. Just the average listener, I think Questlove said it. He said the average person listens, it's not life changing, it's not life altering, it's not anything. It's just background music. You know, a new song comes out, boom, I'll listen to it back. You know, but for the people who is life altering, and yo, like I said to my daughter, yo, hip-hop saved my life, dog. Like, on some real, like, and that's the problem. That's what I forgot who said it, because I love giving props to people who say, I forgot who said it. Static Selector, I think, said it. He was like, a lot of this generation can't say hip-hop saved their life. Whereas for me, yo, like, if it wasn't for Chuck D and Public Enemy and It Takes a Nation of Millions, I'm selling drugs. I'm in them streets even harder than I was. And if I'm selling drugs 9 times out of 10, I'm not no street dude at heart. I just did stuff to survive in Philly. But if I'm selling drugs, I'm either probably shot, dead, or in jail. Which means I'm not having this conversation. I'm not married. I don't have my daughter, all those things. And the only thing that really stopped me was Public Enemy. Like, you almost feel like indebted to hip hop.
That's crazy.
Whereas a lot of people nowadays, your generation probably doesn't feel indebted to it. It's like, I like it, it's cool, but I'm not indebted to it. You know what I mean? And I think that that's a huge difference, that a lot of people who were coming up in the 80s during that crack era, and it was like, yo, I'm not selling crack because I got a DJ. Or I'm not selling crack because I got to write these rhymes. I can't write rhymes and sell crack, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, okay, if it wasn't for hip hop, I probably would have been out in these streets, stealing cars, doing all this other dumb stuff. So I think that's why as old heads look at hip hop like it's this thing that's got to be like taken care of and beautified and things like that. Whereas a lot of younger people are like, yeah, I rap. You know what I mean?
You see the culture shift too, because like you just said, I'm pretty sure you heard this analogy. Like, the 80s was like the crack dealers speaking to the other crack dealers, like,
right?
Don't do it. But then like you had like J. Cole speaking to the actual people who are doing it, like modern generation.
Right. And the other thing about y'all generation that's crazy is y'all some heavy drug niggas. Y'all don't play with these drugs, man. Like back in our day, it was like, yo, you find out your favorite rapper smoking crack, you like, yo, what's wrong with you, dude? Like, I'm done with him. I don't care who you are, Rakim, Kane, yo, you smoke crack, yo, you whack. Whereas now, like, everything is like popping pills, I'm doing this, the R&B, the weekend.
Look. One time for your mind, 2 times for your woes. Put 3 up for 10. No guy watching his soul, watch his soul. No guy watching his soul. Got 3 up for 10. Lord, keep me in control. I've been trying to find myself. I've been lost for some time. I smile in your face, but in me, sun don't shine. No third eye. I've been blind, but for the bros, I can't cry. I can't cry. No more lies, man. I'm losing my mind, but I'm good. I'm good.
Make music. Make dope shit. People won't talk shit. Make whack shit, people gonna talk shit. It's literally simplistic as that. But people are like, oh, I tell people, I send people my scripts and I tell people, tear it apart. I don't want, when people send me stuff back like, yo, I loved it. I'm like, yo, did you really read it? They're like, no, I'm like, because I want the criticism, because that's how you can get better. Everybody's not built like that. A lot of people are built like, oh man, I heard the rhyme. Like, how should I tell him? Should I not? You know.
See, that's why I started studying my rhymes. It's like different. Like when I first started rapping, it'd be like I sent it to my cousins and stuff because like I was sensitive. They would go, I like it. It's all like, all right, now I'm actually serious about this.
Right.
So I just started sending to like people I had like their numbers, but like I was cool with them at school. Like it was cool though. So it wouldn't be like they wouldn't be like them hurting my feelings. Wouldn't be into it. So I'd be like, all right, yo, what do you think about this? He'd be like, yo, this is actually dope.
Right.
So that's when I started taking it serious.
And see, that's the thing that's what happened. Like, is that when we're sensitive, you can't make your best stuff.
Yeah, of course.
You just can't. So when people say that, it's like, I don't even think you really understand what you're saying, because you should want people to hear this and be like, what's wrong?
Yeah.
Like, that's literally when I send out my scripts, I'm like, what you don't like about it. I'm not like what you love, what you do this, what you do that. But see, that's why I tell people, because people love to make it seem like it's a old versus the youth. It's not the old versus the youth. It's different personalities. See, I've been doing marriage coaching for like 12 years, and I realized with different people, it's not, sometimes people be like, oh, the men just feel this way, or the wife. It's a personality thing. Yeah. So me and you have the same personality. You're 17, I'm 40, about to be 45.
So it's not a matter.
It's not an age thing. It's a personality thing. But the way they maneuver it is like, oh, the old against the youth. Because I argue with just as many old niggas on Twitter as I do young folk, and I give young folk the pass because y'all don't know no goddamn better. These people my age, they know better. I know how you wasn't raised on the internet. You wasn't raised with. So I'm holding y'all and I'm looking at y'all straight like, come on, bro. Because that's the thing. We can love hip hop, we can love all these things, but at the end of the day, if you want to get better, you got to be sensitive. You got to hear criticism. Like I tell people in my scripts, tear it apart. Just tell me what you didn't like. Don't tell me it was whack. Be like, well, it was whack because I didn't believe these characters, or I didn't believe the dialogue was good, or when he did this, that just didn't seem believable to me. Bet.
Or if it's the same way, like if you loved it, okay, tell me exactly what you loved.
Exactly.
Like, I love it.
Right. Because like I said, when people say I love it, I be like, you ain't even listen. Like, you ain't even read it. Like, bro, don't gas me because, and people are like, no, I really like that part, because once, like you said, once you understood you wanted to do this and understanding what it takes to do this, then you get it. You get it. It's why I say with the NBA, you have so many players now who are going to the D League or the G League or whatever they call it. Like, that never happened before.
Yeah.
You never had no top 5 lottery pick being sent to the D League. But for a lot of these people, the same with your generation, a lot of people started looking at hip hop as a way out the hood. When I was 10, it was just something I wanted to do. I wasn't trying to make, I wasn't trying to make no money. It's the same thing with these kids. A lot of these people in the NBA don't even like playing basketball. Don't even love it. Because I see it every day in my teen center. I see it every day in my hood. Let a tall kid, let a kid 6'2" walk in who's in the 7th grade. What you think people gonna be like? Right. And he like, nah, I don't play. Well, nigga, you gonna play. You gonna play. You know what I mean? All this dude want to do is sing on the choir. Yeah. But you know what happens? Me, some coaches, his mom, like, because we all see this money. We see the 6', 7th grader, and we see dollar signs. And it's like, you know what you're gonna do? You gonna play basketball, even if you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? And that's what our league is full of. It's full of tall people who really don't love playing basketball. You know? And not saying you can't have another hobby. Kobe had other hobbies. Kobe's focus was basketball. Now you got LeBron James A&R and albums and do. I'm not saying you can't do those different things. I'm not saying you can't do those different things. I'm just showing you the difference of maybe this wasn't your first passion. Yeah. You know, but you did it to get your mom out the hood and all that. But that's why you have #1 and #2 and #3 draft picks being sent down to the D League, because they don't really have a passion for it. It's something they can do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I don't love doing it. So like you said, once that's real, it's like, okay, I'm not sensitive no more, because I realize this is what I have to do to get better.
If you want to release, other people are going to, like, people you don't even know, you never even heard of.
Right.
Outside the building,
right. But that's the point of it. Yeah. And it's the difference between, you can see people who really love playing basketball and people who really don't. Because that's the thing. That's why I say I get so upset with ghostwriters, because all the time I put in writing rhymes. All the time, see, people, we don't get to see how much time Steph spends in the gym shooting. I can't imagine shooting 1,000 jumpers a day. Yeah. That sounds tiring as hell to me. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just one assignment. Like, you still got to do dribble drills, and you still got to do, but you still got to. And I know I've heard stories of people, they miss, they start from 1 again. Like that's a lot of work to put in, and that's the same amount of work that has to be put in by MCs and producers to be great. And a lot of times people don't want to do that. It's like, let me just write a rhyme real quick and that's it, boom, done. You know?
That's what you see a lot of.
And if you're talented enough, that's cool. Another thing that messed people up, when Jay and Big used to say, oh, I don't write my rhymes down, I write them in my head. Yeah. Then everybody wanted to do that. Yeah. Again, talent. Everybody can't do that. Yeah. If everybody could do what Steph does, then they would. Steph's little brother can't do what he does. You see what I'm saying? So that's what happens when we go wrong, when we hear somebody did something and we're like, oh, I could do that. Yeah. Prince taught himself every instrument. I can do that. Nope. No, you can't. No, you can't. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's people understanding that, and that's what takes so long for people to really get it.
2 times for you wolves, put 3 up for 10. No God watching his soul, watch his soul. No God watching his soul. Got 3 up for 10, Lord keep me in control. I've been trying to find myself, I've been lost for some time. I smile in your face, but in me sun don't shine. No third eye, I've been blind, but full of rose. I can't cry, no more lies, man. I'm